Look, Wesley.
Yes.
Man,
Yeah.
you don't have to pay me to do this.
Nigga, why would you go live right now?
Man,
One Piece chapter 879.
Could we do the chat? You're on the line.
Yes.
Yeah, we're live right now.
Big Mom Commander.
Just let me complain first, damn it. Like, what the-
Alright. What happened in this chapter?
The cover page, we had Sai catching an ass whipping from his, I don't want to say father-in-law.
Yeah.
B, whatever you want to call that. Because
Were
he
you
was supposed to
surprised by
use
that?
some muscle. Yes, because the nigga beat his ass.
Yeah. Because I thought Sai was pretty strong, right? He was implied to be.
He is, but these are some niggas. Like, maybe he just took the beating. Maybe it's like one of those like.
Yeah, I think it's for comedic purposes.
No, he got his ass whooped. No, he got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped. We're not gonna say that's comedic. He got his ass whooped. Like he was beat. But then again, Nami whoops on Luffy, so that doesn't really count. I don't know. It's different. This is kind of more. This is a more serious. This is a more serious. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to.
Yeah, I immediately took it seriously because I was like, "Whoa, Sai got beat up." Because John Chinja just like stood there and was trying to calm him down or whatever. All right.
When it came to the first portion of the everything was pretty much.
Oh wait, let Adrian do it. He's never. Oh no! He said, "I'm probably." All right, never mind.
I thought I was doing it. That's why I started talking about
it.
No,
I said he wanted to do it. I was like, Ibrahim, do you want to do it? And then he was about to do it. But let's get. Let me just finish.
Let me just finish this recap. The first half, pretty much, they're crying over Pedro. Jinbei pretty much gives a mini speech about their enemies are in a dire situation. This is kind of new for them too. So everybody should just buckle up and do everything. Nami starts directing them pretty much to Cacao Island, where they will be meeting with Sanji and collecting a cake. Big Mom is using her and Prospero approaching. Prospero is using his candy to allow her to walk on water, pretty much on some Jesus shit. Get to the middle. There's some moments where Pudding is having her little, bipolar attacks, and her and Sanji are talking about Cacao Island and how Lola was the ex. I don't know what they call it, president or something. I forgot the
minister. I think it's minister of chocolate or something.
Yeah, he's a minister of chocolate, pretty much. And then we move past that, and we move to Luffy fighting Katakuri. Katakuri is seemingly able to copy Luffy's moves, and not only that, he is able to move at least as fast or faster than Luffy, and all his attacks are actually stronger, implying that maybe he could copy all of Luffy's moves, maybe even Gear 4. I don't know if that's true. The one glaring part was when he's beating up on Luffy, and Luffy does an elephant gun, and he does an elephant gun, and it's much bigger, and he makes a statement, was that enough? And that is the end of the chapter.
Interesting. All right, Saeed, what did you think about the chapter overall?
I really like the chapter. The biggest part of the chapter for me, obviously, was probably the Katakuri Luffy stuff. I don't think Luffy's gonna beat him, but I'm pretty sure somehow he's gonna find a way out or stall Katakuri, maybe with a new gear or a new form of Gear 4th or something like that. But this overall, I think, is gonna be a good learning experience for him.
Nigga, I'll kill you.
Wait, what do you think, Barton?
I'll kill you before I do that shit.
I actually this is a random comment, but when I started that first panel, I actually really liked the art, just because my problem with One Piece sometimes with the art is that just too much shit is happening in just one panel, But the starting off panels were so clear and just nice to look at, to me at least. So, but at the same time, what it caused was the chapter to be underwhelming for some people because it didn't have too much content in it. It was just focusing on that moment of them crying. And, they went 3-4 pages just regurgitating what they already said about don't make Pedro like don't make this waste out of what Pedro did. You know, don't suck over Pedro. We already like had that happen already. The other chapters too, for a bunch of other panels too. But you know, I still like.
It's kind of repetitive.
No, for me, it helps me.
Redundant.
For me, it helps me enjoy the moment more actually, and I like the art more when it's just more clear. You know, just clearer to look at and just focus solely on that moment. No other stuff happening in the side of the photo or any like extra details. You know, just a clean image. And but at the same time, what it causes is, you know, for One Piece, the thing is, it has to like do a lot of things in just a short amount of panels because it's trying to move so much shit into the story to happen at once. Just the appeal of One Piece for a lot of people is so much stuff happens at once. But like for me, like I like to like. I mean, I guess this would be fine if you're just reading it like in the volume set, you know. But like for someone who's like reading weekly, it's less enjoyable the way that I'm talking about. Like,
when like I when
I
I
like the
saw the
chapter.
Zoro when I saw when I saw the Jinbei moment, you can unmute yourself so you're talking. It meant to show us like Jinbei's role because that's kind of already Zoro's role, like to when everyone's panicking, like calm them down and tell them to be more rational about everything, and sort of put them in their place and tell them like focus on the goal, not get too emotional. So I was wondering if this is supposed to show us like that if Jinbei joins a crew, like that's his role or whatever, which is kind of weird because
is he officially on
Zoro
the ship
already
now?
has that role.
Is he? That's it. He's the eighth member. That's it. 100%. He's stuck with us.
I mean, mate, we'll see. We have to wait until the next arc to find out if that's what's going to happen.
How many chapters do you feel like until the next arc? Because this is already like the climax.
I mean, no, until Luffy gets off the island, probably until they all are escaped from that that archipelago or whatever of islands.
I'm gonna get 6 chapters at least.
6, yeah, probably around that. Less than 10, I would say. Also, when Carrot jumped into the lookout area, that also seemed like maybe it was, you know, implying that might be her role on the ship, like a lookout or whatever. And she also did that, you know, like that was kind of partially her role when she was introduced on Whole Cake. Like she was like jumping really high and like the islands.
But you want to know the one person that more stands on the keel most of the time, whatever that thing is called. That Luffy sits up there.
I mean, he sits on the front of the ship too.
No, he literally sits up there a majority of the time.
Not in the lookout post where she was standing in the shadow.
She wasn't. I thought she was standing on the edge of the.
No, she was on the edge.
The same spot.
No, she was at that like top spot where the lookout comes in. Nobody really goes up there on the like sometimes Frankie's up there, like when, or maybe, and sometimes not Robin, Nami's up there when she's like looking at the weather formations and stuff and like the sea, but like it's nobody's like permanent spot. Like they don't have a formal lookout. It's always up there. So I was wondering if that was like implying anything with Carrot, because yeah, like Boston said, it was pretty focused on just these two moments: Sparrow and Big Mom chasing after them. And was it a translation error, or is it like the hat was saying that he's from a different country or something? Is the hat a person? Like is that
from
a
a different
creature that
country?
Remember, whenever Big Mom steals a soul, I think they said some of it. Cause that wasn't a hat, but that was another inanimate object. I don't know what the fuck it was.
I'm looking at the page right now.
Yeah.
What page are you on?
Literally the hat.
No, I couldn't. It's like cut off.
11.
You could barely see that. You could barely see. Not barely, but it looked like it was.
It's a hat. It's Big Mom's hat. Like it's looking, because it like makes facial expressions, and it was he addressed it. And he said Sparrow said.
Yeah, no, he said he asked him a question. I remember that.
Yeah, he said, "Don't you agree, Napoleon?" And Napoleon will fight in my country. Yeah. So the hat, is that the hat sold to Big Mom?
I guess he must have stole. Yeah.
Or
it's not.
So that was kind of random.
It's the hat.
So it's the soul of the person she took, or that?
Yeah.
Is this hat not animated by her?
That is not.
Is it just like an island of hats or some shit? Like the hat like creatures? Like that was really weird.
Don't ask me, nigga.
That was really strange.
I wouldn't know.
But yeah, we also got to see Pound alive and well, and dressing like a pretty girl, apparently. And they mentioned that Lola had like a high-ranking position or something. She was the minister of Cacao Island, and they're waiting for her return and all that. So, I mean, that was a little bit of information about her we didn't know. And then, most of it was a fight. What did you think overall, Kevin? Like, what was your impression of the show?
Oh, it was great. Interesting because you'd think that like Mochi is something that's like he just uses a stick to people and whatnot, but he kind of uses it like sculpting. Is everybody muted or okay? It's kind of like sculpting where he could. That's what he's using to copy Luffy's attacks. I don't know what the limitations of it are. If you can copy your force, then it'll be a very, very big problem. When it comes to Sanji and his little, I don't know why people are complaining about the girl with split personality disorder. It's very common in real life and whatnot. So I don't know why people are complaining about the way Pudding is acting. It's very stupid.
Wait, people complain about that?
Yeah, people. Well, a few. Andre was complaining about it. And he said, "Oh, I thought it was cringe." I'm like, he said, "I was cringing during the whole Pudding thing." I'm like, "Well, how do you expect her to act?"
I mean, it's very cutesy. It's a very cutesy interaction between them. She's like, "Oh, people are gonna think we're."
She doesn't know how. It's just a person who's very confused.
It's the same. It's just the launch gag from Dragon Ball, where she's like high and cold.
Nah, but the difference in the launch is I don't know what that was. This girl literally has a mental disorder. The
Hello.
The side thing is very
you got him.
very interesting.
I like the launch gag with Sanji. I don't mind
the whole sneeze thing. It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, and I like it. I like it.
Let me just finish my point about Sai. That's very interesting. That begs the question that are there people like on Sai's level that are
he seems above
Kanokuni? Because if so, then that's very scary. Like imagine a bunch of John Chinjiaos in his primes walking around. That's very because they said Wano Kuni and Kanokuni don't like each other or something like that. Like they have beef or something.
Yeah.
I remember that being spoken about in Dressrosa. So that might come into play. Shanks' flag is. Wait, no. That was Barto.
Well, Chinese and
that was Barto. Yeah, they don't get along. It begs the question: what's gonna happen?
You think they are stronger than Chinjiao? Like,
we were. No. They're probably a few people. It's like.
I was surprised he didn't get upset and attack the dude for attacking style.
Yeah, because he's old. Because he's old. I mean, come on.
I guess.
What is he gonna do?
He was pretty mad at him, but I guess he's a bigger deal with that.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like I said, he's old. But I feel like there's a small select few who are like Don Chinjiao level. Like it's like 3 or 4 dudes who are on the same level. And you know what I'm saying? Also Sanji's moving forward to What?
Kevin, you said there's 3 or 4 dudes on Chinjiao's level. Where exactly?
Did you see the man?
He thinks in Wano Kuni there's a bunch of strong dudes.
Did a bunch of strong.
No, yeah. I was just asking where, like what character?
Wano Kuni.
In Kano Kuni.
The Chinese country.
The place that they're from.
The flower country.
No.
That's Kano Kuni and Wano.
Yeah,
Kano Kuni is flower country. But besides that, it's very interesting. Somebody brought up a good point. Like, oh, did he already know? Shakira was talking about how he may have known these kinds of moves, like the Luffy has, because they have the same kind of powers where they're able to like sculpt their bodies into different like forms. So maybe he knew how it was previously. What he said at the end of the chapter about is this enough? It begs the question, like, what is he seen to make him think besides like the future views, like what is he seeing in the immediate future that's making him wonder?
He's spooked.
Yeah, he looks afraid. I don't think
Who,
Luffy's gonna beat him. To be
Dogtooth?
honest, yeah, no, I don't think Luffy. I think if Luffy were to go Gear 4, I feel like they'd be able to have a better match because Cracker is different because Cracker was just making a bunch of crackers and it's not like they were doing hand to hand straight combat, so it worked against Luffy's stamina. This will be different. I do think that Katakuri has an edge because I think he's stronger, but Luffy can push him to a limit where it'll be like on some shit where like I lost to you, but I didn't get dogged. Like I'm not that much below you if I were to use Gear Force. Somebody made a point about like if you use King Kong gun and whatnot, and how that would affect. I feel like even with like that kind of, he's not gonna OTK Katakuri. I just think regardless of what he does, it's always gonna be a high diff, and he's still gonna lose, and there's gonna be something else that needs to happen.
I'm pretty sure. I think Conqueror's Hawk is gonna have something to do with it because if you remember, Katakuri said something about if you guys like to his crew, like the other big mom pirates, the little guys. You told them to jump into the mirror world because if you don't, you're gonna be at the guy's feet. So I'm pretty sure that vision is gonna come true eventually.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know
Ibrahim,
Katakuri
if
afraid of Luffy,
if
but
niggas keep interrupting me, how am I gonna finish my point?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm not
What
talking
do
about you.
think
Ibrahim just made a point. I'm not saying
Go
anything
ahead.
else. I'm not talking anymore. Ibrahim, go ahead. Ibrahim Niang.
What?
Can
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yes.
Nigga, give your points.
All right. So what are we doing? We're just giving our chat thoughts, right?
Yes.
I thought the chapter was terrible, but there's one thing about it though that I was digging. So yeah, just all across the board, this was just abysmal. It was a giant turn of disappointment coming off last.
Agreed.
This chapter. No, I'm playing. No, it's like,
Do you agree with what they're saying that Dogtooth is afraid of Luffy? Because I don't think that's what he was saying.
Afraid?
No.
Not afraid, but worried about what his potential.
Yeah, that's fair. I think so.
I think what he was saying is
characters with clout don't get. They just cover their bases.
saying is like Luffy was challenging him with his attacks. Like Luffy kept trying different attacks, like the Gatling, and he was like, "That doesn't work against me." And then Luffy tried Elephant Gun, and he's like, "I can do a bigger Elephant Gun."
because he doesn't.
And I think he was just.
No, I don't think that's what it was. I think he's seen what's gonna happen later.
No, I think what he was saying is, "I'm better than you at everything you can do." So like, stop fighting. Basically, I think that's why he's saying like, "Is that enough?" Like when you beat down a little kid.
I wanted to say, I mean, in regards to that, this kind of thing, battle strategy, is fresh in my mind since I'm reading Kenshin, but it's one of those things where why show your hand, and when you can just get the job done without doing so. So it may be like a minimalistic thing on me, just do the least amount and not really bring out my own like powers and stuff. But
yeah,
as for
Katakuri?
As for the whole. I thought. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
yeah.
Yeah, I was saying. As for I thought it was a really good chapter. The middle, the interaction with Pudding and Sanji, like I was kind of very just like, you know, I get like that's her comedy kind of tsundere crazy about.
That was cute.
Yeah, no, I just it wasn't doing it for me.
Really, people don't like that.
I know.
You know,
I don't
what?
like. I don't have an opinion on it. I'm just saying.
Okay. You're like indifferent to it.
Yeah, and no, but in this chapter specifically, I wasn't really feeling that. It was just kind of whatever.
It was kind of padding, yeah, I guess.
What was padding?
No, well, I mean, Oda always during when he segues to start a fight in the end, when he gets to the next one, what he usually does is he starts off with the fight and then pads it,
Yeah.
or he pads for the first half of the chapter. Oda doesn't like drawing like maybe 18 straight pages of fighting, which is, you know, that's fine. That's One Piece's precedent. That's what it does. So that doesn't like surprise me. But yeah, that was just kind of like whatever.
Yeah, I like that he saved it for the finale. Like instead of us getting it at the beginning and then
yeah. I actually like that it was like last couple chapter. The on the ship parts with everybody kind of just sad about Pedro. That was something where the art was kind of like floppy for those pages, and maybe that's because go to the action portion of the chapter. But the moment itself of the characters being sad over Pedro, like I guess maybe because I'm African, but I just got trust issues, man. I got a hard time buying it because like in my mind, it's just like Pedro's
he's alive.
Pedro's not dead, and even if they don't actually confirm it within this arc, it just
you don't think Pedro's dead?
No, he's not dead, but
I'm suspicious too. Like I just don't trust him. I feel like we're gonna see him in a cover story or something later on.
It just I don't know. Yeah, like I just got so used to dudes in One Piece tanking things, like, you know. So
besides Pell, who
can you stop interrupting me?
Yeah.
I was gonna say like I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but I just got, as a reader, it's just kind of implausible considering what we've seen within One Piece. Like Gonfall, millions of volts of electricity to his body. Wait,
stop.
You assume that this guy died. Let me finish.
Stop.
Stop.
Let me just stop you right there for a second, because you like
Bon Clay
anyway.
Right there.
Bon Clay didn't listen. Besides Gonfall, who again, he is a sky dweller. If he has a stronger body, automatically they can tank. The higher tiers can tank fucking electrical. Don't hype it up like niggas can't tank electric attack, please. But
Kevin, I got stuck with 2 volts for a while.
You're a regular human being. You're a regular human being, Reem. You don't count.
Can I? No. I was originally. I'm making my point of my thoughts on the chapter. Go ahead. Okay. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, the point is, in One Piece, we've seen characters survive really low percentage chances, like situations where they should die. The point I'm trying to make is, in my mind, considering the series that I read, like I look at the Pedro thing, and I consider, like, when characters do die or put in kind of death-like situations, I just kind of feel like it would have been a little bit different. And just him kind of like making that little kind of sacrifice, it's like a noble moment for his character, and it's like it's an admirable thing. But I don't feel like it was done in a way, send-off type of way that like Oda would do for a character dying. But regardless of that, maybe it's not like he's not gonna give us a definitive thing in a cover story thing. But the point I'm just trying to make is that when they were all sad about the whole thing, like, it was just kind of like, I mean, you know,
it's hard.
I'm sad that I'm
connect to it because you don't believe
it. I'm not sad. I'm sad that they're sad, but at the same time, it's in my head, like he's probably not dead. I do like Jinbei's speech to them, because he's playing the Zoro role of just.
Yeah, what did you think about him playing the? I brought that up. I'm playing the exact same role as
Yeah, he was the Zoro of the moment, kind of just dishing out facts, remaining objective, remaining stoic, and being the rock, emotionally, for the crew.
The Rock.
Yeah, not the rest of the Rock. I mean, like, being an action.
Ibrahim, I know. Keep going.
He's being a rock for the crew, and that's necessary. And you know, it's like, because it's one of those, an older person and he's more mature, so he can do that kind of thing. And I mean, yeah, he doesn't know Pedro, but still, I thought that was really good. It was whatever. The action at the end of the chapter, when I reread the chapter, man, that those 2 panels of fighting were just badass.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
the Gatlings and the stamps and all that stuff.
I like how Katakuri was using his observation to like predict.
Katakuri.
Like he waited, like everyone's like Luffy disappeared, and he like used it so he could predict exactly where he was gonna move and just countered it as he was attacking. So, like that was pretty cool. it was like a more advanced version of the mantra stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Just regular observation, whatever. But
it also,
people don't use it like that much.
The setting and like just the way things are going, it gave me vibes of let me pull the chapter again. It just gives me like final we're just now after seeing how this week's chapter played out. Now I am starting to get the feeling that this will be a end of arc fight. Like this week was able to give me that indication that like I was like I don't know if this is going to be a quick thing off screen and then someone saves him, but now considering the way Luffy kind of fought this man to a standstill and he's being pushed, and we're getting hinting, seeing as Katakuri pointed out Luffy's deficiencies within this fight, it really tells me that. I mean, obviously, if you want to do, he'll do some form of a gear or whatever. But the point is, this may be like a 3 to 5 chapter fight, which I'm totally fine with.
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. So, one more thing. Big Mom riding on that
the candy
thingy.
I just wanted to say that was kind of cool. And Peril Sparrow.
Peril Sparrow's a G. Like he lost his arm and he was like, I could just use a candy.
Dude, like, I mean, he has a kind of cool design, but like initially, like you kind of just like mentally like cast him as
write
him off a bit, but
this man tanked blast.
The man's a G, man.
He has a 700 million bounty.
He knows money.
Peril Sparrow.
That means he's weaker than not Katakuri Kraken.
Bounties aren't power levels.
I know that, but he's not as weak as Bandai.
People are like speculating. I want to ask everybody. People are speculating that Luffy's gonna match Katakuri or beat him or something. Or like
I don't think he can beat him, but I think there's a possibility he can match him.
That's not good. People are saying that he's gonna do it like during this fight, like he's gonna activate another gear or a different form.
I think it's a lot of speculation.
Do you think he's gonna do that? He's like,
you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're just going in and out.
Good minute.
But like, do you think he's gonna do that?
I only said one sentence.
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna do that? Or do you think... All right, that's
I think he's doing it. Can you guys? I think out a different form of Gear 4.
No, but that's not what I'm asking. Would you rather have him unlock a different form of Gear 4, or would you rather have him use some sort of strategy to beat Katakuri based on what he already has? Because that's the way it was.
Bringing out a different form of Gear 4 would be strategy move. Yeah. I'm of the belief that there's multiple forms suited for different types of fights, which is why Luffy spent those 2 years training and stuff. And
yeah, but that gets a little Dragon Ball, doesn't it?
What?
I mean, I know you like that. That gets a little Dragon Ball.
Why?
It's like it goes in a direction where he's like, he starts losing a fight and he's like, wait, I have this more powerful form. And then he starts losing another fight. He's like, wait, I have a more powerful form.
Wait, no,
it's not a more powerful form. It's a different form.
Yeah, it's just a different one, more suited to fighting. Because I don't consider like Bound Man and Tank Man, they just serve different purposes for the fight. Luffy brought out Bound Man. Are you guys still hearing me?
Mm-hmm.
You're lagging, bro.
Yeah.
Luffy brought out Bound Man because Dofi was pointing out that you are very, very fast. The power to really severely damage me, which is why Bound Man was brought out. Luffy brought out Tank Man to be able to take out Cracker and the Crackers and all that stuff. Now, Luffy lacks the strength and the speed to take on Katakuri, which is why him bringing out another specific form of Gear 4 would be in itself a strategic fight. It's not like I'm gonna go even further beyond. I have not even my final form. Like it's not like that kind of.
If he does that, you're gonna get hyped, though, aren't you?
Huh?
If he did that, you get hyped, though, won't you?
That would never happen.
I mean, it would be hype, but you know. I mean, yo.
If he was like, if he looks Bound Man from the feet and just like had full body hockey and like he just looked all like Super Saiyan in his hair was on.
Elite edition. Yeah. That's unrealistic. That's unrealistic. Though. I do think it's a different gear form.
What can he do to counter it? To counter like himself. Basically.
I don't think he can do.
Like, what could the form be?
I don't think. Listen. I think when it comes to that, because Saeed was talking about this in the chat, and he was talking about how the tank man we saw was the tank man of a different version because he was like he ate all those crackers, so that wasn't the real tank man. So we don't know what it really looks like because all he did in reality was just watch Cracker jump into his stomach and just bounce him off. He didn't really do anything in that movie. Like it's not like he did a bunch of moves like oh yeah, no, he didn't. So I mean, we haven't even gotten to see what Tank Man can really. We don't even know if he's gonna use Tank Man. He might have like a third variation. He might like have because it's Bound Man, Tank Man. There could be two other variations of it. I don't think it makes him stronger, but it kind of
It's just different like things for battle, you know. Specific fight.
Yeah,
nobody
nobody
thinks this is like
it enhances. I think it enhances certain things, and it takes a deficiency, adds more deficiency to certain parts. So like there's drawbacks to certain, you know. So I don't think it's all win-win.
I mean,
yeah,
I
think his next form would be something like he'd have absolute offense and absolute speed and like forego defense, so he'll have like no defense at all.
I mean,
he'll just go in.
Yeah, look at Bound Man. Luffy couldn't even run or stand. The man had to keep bouncing.
He was bouncing.
So you know, there's different little things, you know. And Bound Man had a quicker time limit. So,
do you think there's any chance he'll get beaten by Katakuri now?
He'll lose.
He
he's gonna lose.
Made a move, and this will inspire him to later on like have a rematch where he can get back.
No. I think regardless of what's gonna happen is this is gonna be. I'm gonna create enough damage to get away, but he's not gonna win. He's gonna be the loser, but he's not gonna be the loser to where it's like, yo, this is complete defeat. It's like I can beat you next time type shit.
I mean, if he whips out another form, he's gonna beat him, right?
I'm not talking about on a.
No, I mean if he
later on, crazy. If he
unveils another form, logically, based on the way the story is, like he has to win with the form, or he has to.
No, he doesn't have to win unless it's.
No, let me explain. Let me explain. If he does another form, a more powerful form, in order to showcase how much more powerful that form is, he has to like really, really be fighting on par with him immediately, or beat him with it, because then the form loses the hype around it. Like if he went gear second,
let's see. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Let's see. But when Luffy first brought out gear third, it didn't do anything to Lucci.
It did.
It did. You
remember the chapter? He broke the entire.
He broke his leg.
He was wrecking. He didn't beat him.
Pushed him out of the area, and they were fighting outside, and he's using a few attacks. He ultimately Lucci turned back into a cheater or jaguar, whatever.
Yeah. He went into cheating.
Lucci switched tactics and like still fought with them. But I'm saying like that first chapter when he whipped it out, Lucci was shook. He was run like that panel where it's like a 2-page spread.
Yeah, because it was a game changer within the fight.
Yeah, he caught it. That's what I'm saying. That has to happen.
Luffy went from posting up to shooting threes. He was just like, all right. I guess I'm defending. Okay.
So like logically in the story, if he whips out He form, he's gonna start stalking.
No, because that logic works on people who are.
Don't start stopping him.
Damn, let me calm down, nigga. That I don't think that logic works when it comes to Yonko related.
It would make sense for him to be like
they're on another level.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He might not do another form, because if he whips out another form,
he will do another form.
He immediately that form has to show off.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because most of the time it's like, think about it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if most of the time it's like, okay, you're at a 10, I'm at a 10. I need to get to an 11. To me, right now he's at like a 10. Katakuri's like a 12, 12.5, and he's just gonna get to like a 11.5 or something, enough to push him to the point where I can get away, but I don't think he's gonna like that. That whole like logic where like, oh, because he gets a new form, he's gonna win. No, I just think that new form puts him. No, because it'll just put him on the level of Katakuri.
At the very least, Kevin, it will and has to like be one of those things where when he brings it out, he's showcasing it
You're saying it'll
and
make him look
affect-
strong, like Katakuri got to start selling. Yes, I believe. Yes, it's gonna push Katakuri back for a while. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Katakuri
I don't think
will
he's
come
gonna
out
beat
on
him,
top.
but
Hey, I didn't say Luffy has to get the pinfall victory, but you know,
Yeah, it's like when you hit the people's
Luffy's
elbow
gonna
for
put him
the.
through some tables, man. You know.
yeah, he would have to hurt Katakuri, and then Katakuri would have to like
Like,
turn
yo,
it up.
out of nowhere, a tornado DDT and a freaking
Because right now Katakuri's like, like he's really just like
it's like that one day
he's
the
like
Rock finally started wrestling legitimately against Chris Benoit. Like, yo, I didn't know he could do that shit, hitting niggas with bourgeois arm bars and shit. Yo, that was a good match. But listen,
because I mean they're in a room full of mirrors. Nobody thinks Luffy's gonna come up with a plan, mirrors of the environment and anything like that.
In the mirrors, I think, like I said, he's gonna put him to a point where he's incapacitated and he'll dip. I don't think this is gonna go on for more than 3 chapters.
So you think Luffy's gonna run? You think they're gonna fight back and forth?
Yeah, or something else gotta happen. I don't know.
Let's do chapter rating.
This shit is on some dumb shit on my laptop.
Saeed.
Keep it up.
I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay. MVP of the chapter.
MVP of the chapter, Katakuri, of course.
Favorite panel.
Favorite panel is probably the Jinbei panel, the one that's at the bottom with him, his head to the side.
What do you expect or want to see next week?
Next week, focus majority on the fight. I'm gonna say at least half the chapter is gonna be focused on the fight, and the end of the chapter, if Luffy does have a new form, he's probably gonna reveal it at the end of next chapter.
Nobody thinks Luffy's gonna do his awakening.
Oh, yo!
He doesn't know how to.
I don't think he has one. I don't think he has one.
You know my brother alerted me to it.
Yeah.
What if the form he uses is fire based? Because we have not seen Gear 4th use a Red Hawk, and I was thinking about that. Like, what if we had like a blaze?
Very true.
Because my brother was talking about like mochi itself, and he was saying, like it's very flammable and something like that. So it made me think logically. Okay, then what form that had some fire based attacks, which would then give us a Kong Red Hawk or something of that like.
I mean, Ibrahim, he literally. I think people also forget he hasn't used King Kong gun yet.
Yo, look! If I see Luffy on fire, I'm busting a nut. I'm just
calm down.
Kaioken Luffy?
I think he's gonna use some strategy against the weakness of his devil fruit rather than just like a more powerful form. But
obviously it'll be a strategic thing. It's not just gonna be Luffy. That's just not possible or plausible.
Destino?
But
Destino.
Ibrahima, what chapter rating, MVP, favorite panel?
The MVP this week. I'll say Katakuri for just being a G.
Katakuri pulled this shit like out.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5 to a 9 for being entertaining.
Wow.
And well, what else? Is that it?
What do you want to see or expect to see next week?
What do I expect? I expect us to pick up right where we left off with a little bit of combat, some talking about the fight, like the dialogue between the characters and or internal strategy making on Luffy's end. And then I expect to switch to some of the other stuff going on. And then I expect to switch right back where Luffy, where he goes forward in that fight, whether it be a new form or a new attack, or the most unlikely an upgrade gear, an upgrade. Yeah, that's what I expect. And
I expect
what
to
do I want?
Sanji and Luffy next week.
What did you say?
Or I think we're going to back and forth between the Sanji and Luffy because it's like the leading up to the finale.
Yeah, and I think also,
Latino Heat.
What I want is pretty much the same thing, but just I just want to continue to see the hands. I'm entertained. So far, it's Luffy so far has given us the best fights in the arc. I thought his Cracker fight was underrated. People should go back and People should go back and read that. I actually think that's one of the best post time skip fights.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a controversial claim.
nah.
Frankie
I remember
versus Senior Pink.
Remember, I was Remember, I wasn't. I went on break.
Marathon in the middle of the arc.
So I got to marathon like the majority of the arc chapters that came out in 2016. So because of that, I got to read the Cracker fight in full, and the chapter that fight was just nasty. It was just beast. So yeah, I think it's one of the best. I actually think that's one of the best post time skip fights, and it's actually like in terms of like how I view the arc. I think it really helps it in my head. And considering we're getting another fight, hopefully even better than that caliber within the same arc, and it's also another Luffy fight, that makes me happy because I was already found the arc, and now we're getting this dog, which is kind of a bonus to me. So because I didn't expect to see this. So yeah, many blessings.
Yeah. I think whatever Luffy does, it's interesting. As long as it's not some crazy ass pull out of nowhere.
It won't be.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
No, they're soldiers.
Ultimate Trinity Infinity. Like
no. Because I'm saying the soldiers are there and they're awake for a reason. Like if someone says, "Oh, don't you remember that Dogtooth is like afraid of puppies or something?" and then Luffy just like
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Like remember Dogtooth gets tired. Like around this time.
I thought about this.
Like that could happen.
I thought about this. What if like Cracker had that like durability weakness? What if Dogtooth is stamina? What if they just throw hands and at the end they just get tired? Like, yo.
Yeah, it could be something like that. Like, because the crowd is watching, at any second they could be like, "Don't you know that like Dogtooth, like he hates spicy things or something like that?" And then
how is that gonna really, all the stuff you're saying is not gonna change.
I think that would have only happened if we got like a brief moment or so, like early in the arc, where there's like Dogtooth, we got some food for you. He's like, "Oh, I hate spice." Something like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna point fingers, but halfway through the arc, we got the Mother Caramel thing with no foreshadowing whatsoever for Big Mom. Where it's like she gets weak during this when she looks at the picture and gets upset like that.
Because before that we didn't know anything about Big Mom. What do you mean?
But again,
what do we know about her before?
The difference between us finding that out and it actually coming into play.
Yeah, it would be very awkward for it to come in right now in the middle of the fight. Like, oh yeah. Sees a lot.
Listen, what do you mean about the Mother Caramel thing?
It came out of nowhere. There was no foreshadowing. We saw Big Mom.
What did we see?
There was no foreshadowing.
No.
We saw her one time.
When it was brought up as a plot point, though, it wasn't used on Big Mom immediately. Like there was still
no, it wasn't. But I'm just saying it wasn't foreshadowed previous.
It
was never going to be. It was never going to be because we didn't see nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't written that way, and I'm saying that's a flaw. Because it wouldn't have people had problems with it when it happened, and they wouldn't have if there were scenes like when Big Mom was introduced, even like a picture, her getting upset. If anyone had mentioned that, I mean, I'm just saying. I remember we reviewed the chapter and people were complaining because it felt awkward and like kind of like, come on, like
retarded.
He has this.
I don't care about
nobody's
that.
ever mentioned.
Fuck the niggas.
But all right, Kevin, what's your rating?
How are you gonna mention a weakness when you've never seen the person? Like, that's just stupid ass shit. Like whatever.
No, I mean characters get weak at all times.
Like when?
Like Inaru. Inaru, the thing that he was lightning, rubber. He never met. They're like, we don't have rubber on.
Yeah, that's come on.
That was foreshadowed all throughout the arc.
That's some prior knowledge you know in real life before you even find out.
Well, I mean, there's other things.
Well, yeah, they are, but.
I mean, I don't know. There's things. It should be foreshadowed.
I mean, you should shut up, but stop talking.
Yeah.
I'm sweet.
Great chapter, 9 out of 10.
I thought it was a very fun.
I think this is one of those where, besides what you get in the chapter itself, it's like the cover page is very eye-opening. That was to me, that's very interesting. That's a very interesting cover page. And it's not comedic because it's not like it's a female whooping on him. It's like a dude.
I mean, it could be. Saeed, he made it. It could be. I don't know. It's hard to
I don't know.
tell. Do you think is Jinbei definitely a straw hat?
Yeah.
I mean,
He was asked to join at the end of Fishman Island.
Who? Sai?
No, Jinbei.
Jinbei.
Yeah, he was. He was.
A lot of people get asked to join though.
Like
A
who?
lot of people. Bon Clay.
That's not a lot.
Bon Clay. Go. I can name him again. Guideline.
You talking about the dude that almost whoops Sanji's ass? Are you kidding me? Of course you want him to join.
I think he has Kaku at one point. Or he was like, or Polly. He has
Kaku?
Those are like
Yeah, 'cause they need
comedic
to- they need
asks.
to-
So
Once you know
Hey,
the
man,
chats with
they're all comedic.
Messi, stop. He didn't.
He did.
He did.
I think he did.
No,
have
no,
Polly. He was
but
doing- I think
that
his shit
was-
right.
That was exactly, but that's not like random. Like that's
I think he was.
yeah, because they needed one.
Blah blah blah. But your shit right. He definitely has Guideline. He definitely has Bon Clay. So
Listen, quarterly revenue.
it was a running gag for a while. Like with Goku.
It was. I
Like,
remember.
If someone was cool, he'd be like, "Join me." He'd be
I
like, "Join me."
remember. I remember that. I remember that, good brother. I remember. No. A better fan.
No,
than
I
you,
was just
remember
saying
that
to Saeed because Saeed said he asked him, so that means he asked a couple people that aren't on the show.
yeah,
But,
he
I mean,
asked.
right now,
he
it's
asked
still-
them, but the way he asked Jinbei was like, he hasn't asked somebody like that before because it was right after their blood transfusion or whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they've been through so much from the Whitebeard War to that point.
So that's one of those where you take seriously.
I
You
don't
take it
know.
seriously.
I won't until we're in the next couple arcs. It's hard for me. It just doesn't feel like it's actually happening.
And Jinbei even
It's
said a
happening,
speech
nigga.
to his Jinbei told a whole speech to his crew how he's like, I'm not gonna be the
Yeah, I
captain
know.
of this ship anymore. I'm gonna go join Luffy. And he told Big Mom,
I know.
I'm a
but
straw hat right now.
something about it doesn't feel.
Unless
Because
he
Jinbei
doesn't.
isn't because
Didn't feel that way with
Jinbei isn't
Robin either.
no because it's very simple because Jinbei isn't in a typical this is my arc, this is all about me, this is my whole mom. That's the only reason why they
Didn't he ask?
Like it feels like they prolonged it so much that something's fishy about it.
Yeah.
Like what is
like what Jinbei's gonna
But-
get smoked out of nowhere.
Yeah, it took so long.
I don't know,
It's
man.
weird.
so yeah,
It feels like it
weird.
took so long.
it's so prolonged. Like it just feels like something's gonna. I don't know.
But all right. So Kevin, MVP of the chapter, favorite panel. What do you want to see next week?
I mean, it's got to be Kata Ghost Free because we didn't
Not
really
Carrot?
know.
Not Jinbei.
No, nigga, how about my listen? Yeah, it had to be
So what is
Kata
Jinbei's role, though? Like,
because I mean, you know, you
replacement
can
Zoro?
wait for me. To finish
Replacement,
my-
Zoro.
You can wait for me to finish my sentence, Cone. But what was I saying? Had to be
Saying
Kata
gotta
because
be Kata
we hadn't really seen what he could do besides because he did a couple of kicks and he caught Luffy a couple of times and stuff. He didn't really do anything. We're finally getting to see what he can really do. He's not really trying.
I thought
that
this man
much.
was gonna fight with jelly beans. He's just throwing hands right now.
Yeah, what's it?
I thought that was
This
his
nigga,
main weapon.
this nigga had a glaive at some point, and he's not even using that shit. Y'all remember the glaive, right? Don't act like you forgot the glaive. I remember the glaive.
I thought he was gonna be constantly sniping people with jelly beans, like to be silly.
We all did.
Oh my
we all
God.
did. But listen, ooh, WWE
But
may
continue.
continue to
What
struggle.
was your favorite panel?
I think it was the Jinbei one. I think that's the ones in the first like 4 with Jinbei. They were drawn really, really well. As of late, I've been looking A1.
Okay.
But maybe that's because they might be having better scans or something. That because they do redraws. So I don't know. I won't know until you see it in the actual manga. Talking about the favorite panel, it's got to be the one where Jinbei made that speech. That was the best drawn one to me.
All right. Well, what do you want to see next week, and what do you expect to see?
Luffy's pushing the corner. At this point. So, if anything, we're gonna see a new Gear 4 form at the end. He's either gonna be like he's gonna say the name, or at the middle, because sometimes Oda does that thing where he doesn't do that suspension. He'll just bring out the new form like he did with Gear Force. So in the middle, he'll just pop up with it, and it seems like he's going very fast. So I don't think the transformation is going to take more than half a chapter. So I think at half of that chapter next week, we're going to see it. Big Mom was going to find out that Ferrero is lying, and she'll eat him.
Yeah.
We're gonna continue with the cover pages. We gotta look really closely because I feel like it's getting back to the point where like cover pages are very important, and the events that are happening are gonna be very important. So keep watching on that. What else? Sanji. Right now they're kind of an easy point with Sanji. Like he's not really facing any resistance. Something has to happen with that. So. Yeah, I mean, he's just chilling. He's just chilling. He's just chilling on the cover.
Yeah, he's casually with the girls. He seems like he's finding out some special information about the way Big Mom, like her crew and stuff like that. So I can see them revealing something about Katakuri to Sanji that he has to tell Luffy, or like get information to Luffy, like
yeah, because he's in one of the areas where he could be close to. Well, then again, he can't get in without Brule, so there's that.
Yeah, or something like that. I can just see a dramatic scene where they're like, oh, like Dogtooth is like this man, like he kills all his opponents and they switch back to the fight or something like that. And Sanji's like, what? And he's like, I left the rest of the crew with that guy and stuff like that, and they swap back over to him fighting with Luffy. But if Luffy does do a new form, do you think we're gonna have to wait another week to see it? Is he gonna? No. Is that gonna be like another cliffhanger?
No.
I think
Oda would not do something like that. But I think it would end. No, because the last time it happened, Dressrosa was Tankman. You saw Tankman at the end of the chapter, and then he used it in.
That was like a move.
Kevin, I'm actually going through the chapter right now to make sure. I mean, I'm actually going through the fight right now, but
check it. But
when he first did Gear Force,
I mean, Tankman, yeah, he brought up mid chapter, but like
Gear Force was 783.
But Kevin, generally, like
that was almost 100 chapters ago. My hand is really itching.
When he first did Gear Third, it took
that was 400. That was 400 chapters ago.
It took the entire arc to see.
Things are different.
I hope not. I hope not. I'm worried if he does it different.
If he does
no. I
don't mind it, but I'm just saying I don't see.
I don't mind Luffy the way he is fighting before bringing it out at the end of the chapter. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Look, as long as they're throwing hands, I am okay.
Sure, good point.
As long as they're throwing
if he has a new
hands, will continue to be thrown.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. If he has a new form, it's got to look cool though this time, right? It can't be just like constant Luffy Gear Force design. Like it has to be like the cool looking one now, right?
The first Gear Force is cool to me though, so
it's not bad. But I mean, like
it's just unconventional.
It's a very niche design.
That's the wrong word to use there. It's just unconventional. It goes against what we are trained to believe a main character transformation would look like.
Yeah.
What do you mean Gear Force?
I think it's super dope and super fitting.
I mean, it's fitting.
Yeah.
It's cool in an uncool way, but you still got to give the people what they want, right?
I like
it. Man, Vince understands this, but no, like the design, like Gear Sec.
What you want to give him the Super Saiyan? Like you're waiting for that?
No. I don't want to, but I'm saying he has a bunch of goofy forms. It's time to balance it out.
We're never gonna get a cool. That's never gonna happen.
I mean,
you don't think it's ever gonna happen?
I mean, Tankman is the one that's goofy to me though, but Boundman itself, it's a little silly, but like it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, it's in the middle. Tankman is the goofiest. Boundman's like in the middle. I'm saying I think we're gonna get one on the other. I mean, he's fighting.
I do not think
man's fight.
Maybe we do get down, kind of just muscular but slim, arm hockey flaming Luffy. Like maybe this is like that epic Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but Luffy form.
Come on, this fight has that's Luffy time. This is not silly, fun, East Blue, pirate games time.
We're
like,
not gonna
this is,
get
like,
anything
sledding.
cool. Like, why are you?
Like, yes,
We're not.
If we're gonna get
We're
it, we're gonna
not.
get it now. If he does
Not
another
nothing.
form, it is not gonna be Goofy.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
There will be like the designated cool design of the Gear Force, probably.
Yeah, eventually there'll be one.
You know.
Like the little boys, like there'll be one like cooler looking.
I think it might be a less bulky, slimmer.
Yeah.
I actually want to design one now. I'm gonna do a fan drawing of a skinny Luffy.
But I hope Luffy does something. I could see him doing his awakening more than another form right now. The way One Piece works, from Doflamingo mentioning it to now, he's had time to like figure out an awakening in the background of the series.
What do you mean, Gear 4?
Because Doflamingo did his awakening against Luffy when he first did Gear 4.
I don't think he has an awakening right now. I don't. I think it's only been literally like 3 years.
I think
as a whole.
I think Gum Gum more like later in the series.
Yeah, you're not getting an awakening. To me, you're not getting an awakening until like later on.
You don't know for sure, but I don't think.
Yeah, it's hard.
Who knows?
I'm leaning towards that because I don't understand like Bound Man and Lightning Man and all that stuff. Like, I don't get all these. You know,
I don't know how it works. I don't know if you got to train for. I don't know what the fuck you got to do. But
One Piece, all the stuff is like happening in the background. He didn't have that much time to like. Between Aokiji and fighting Lucci, there was almost like a day for him to learn like Gear Second and Gear Third. Naturally, he was like, you're not strong enough when Aokiji fought him up until when he did it on Bluto. In between that time.
Yeah, because he started learning Gear Second.
That was like
after Aokiji. Because I remember when he went back on the ship after he.
Yeah, and that was like 2 days. They wrote this training, and I was like, we'll see though. Could be another Bound Man for him. We'll see. All right, I think that's a good long chapter review. Good chapter, One Piece. Andre explained about the few parts of the chapters. Andre go. I hope Sanji gets some kind of fight before the end of this.
That's not gonna happen.
So
I want to see.
What if Sanji has a form that we still haven't seen it, because we haven't seen Postmaster Sanji go full power. So this is what I just thought about. Since Katakuri is extremely powerful, what if we got a combo attack from fourth Luffy plus like full power Sanji, like a team attack thing to get Katakuri?
That was what I was thinking too.
Maybe. Could be that could be a plausible defeat of Katakuri.
I don't think he's gonna lose. That's the thing. I don't see him losing.
Sanji also is in hockey master of the other rooms. I mean,
you said what?
By the way, go to AWAM and check out my post and look through all those panels. I post a lot of panels. Just look through them.
Right now, you just did right now.
Yeah, I just. This is what I was talking about. But the Luffy Cracker fight is underrated, bro.
You're telling me.
That's the chapter. Rate, comment, subscribe. Next week.
If you're watching these videos, what are you doing with your life? Y'all have a blessed day.
Oh shit. It's your boy, That Pussy.